Hi everyone, I'm going to show you this little, I guess you could call it a mini album. It's to put photos on, and then we're going to decorate one together. Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Album. I am still using up what I have left of the Snow Much Fun collection from Doodlebug. I've made several other projects. They are listed in the description box. There is a playlist of all of them. It's part of my attempt at smashing my stash. So if I get a collection, I use it up until it's all gone. So this was about the third project using this cute little collection. So let me take you through and show you what it is. Now, first of all, it's got rings on it, and you could certainly hang it up on the wall. As I was making it, I was thinking that's probably what you would want to do. You could put it this way if you wanted and decorate it this way, but I sort of thought it would be fun to do like this. Now I know you can get cut files to make this. I used this old Spellbinders die and individually cut the different layers. So I cut 5 using heavyweight cardstock in 1-inch increments. This is 4.5, then 5.5, 6.5, etc. And then you need to cut double that, so one for each side of the pattern paper. So again, it's a Spellbinders die. Don't know if they still make it. I just used the plain one. It just was some kind of edge die. So, but like I said, they do have some templates that you could use instead. And then I added these little pieces to the top, which we'll do. I'll show you how to do that in the video. So like I said, this is 4.5 from the top of this page to the lowest point. And it is 5.5 wide. So I made a little shaker in the front. I have some snowflakes in them. Most of them are Doodlebug snowflakes, but I did have a couple of little glittery ones in there. And I added a couple of animals for the front, and then this Winter Wonderland is stacked up, and it's popped up on dimension, just so that made a good title. Then we open it up, and we've got the cute little couple on this snowmobile, and they've got some snow shooting out. It says heartwarming, and they've got some hearts, but there's room to put a small little photo there. Here we've got room for a bigger photo. This is actually open right here, so you could add your photo below that tag. This is popped up. I do have a brad there. It's just for looks more than anything, and a couple of enamel dots on this little tag. These guys are popped up. I did tie this seam binding with just a little piece of purple elastic, just because it matched nicely. So that is the front of the second page. The back of the second page has this cute little snowman with the little love sign. We've got the striped paper. And by the way, I did use mostly Snow Much Fun, but this was just some Doodlebug. It's not called their Patterns and Solids, but it's just some plain pattern paper that coordinates with the collection, but didn't come with the collection. But there's room for a 4x4 photo there. These guys are popped up and it's open, so you can stick a photo in there. This page, and we are getting a little bigger. This one is, oh, it's 6 1/4. I keep saying it's half. So the first one's 4 1/4, then 5 1/4. This one's 6 1/4. So this has a pocket. We've got a border strip with a lot of the little winter friends there. This little tag will open, and there's room to journal, and that's one of the cute little friends. And then I've got another journaling card on here. You could put a photo in there. You could stick photos in the pocket. You could take a couple of small pictures and put them on here. So I would put 5. I would put 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, and leave that one open. But you could cover it if you wanted to. So that fits in the pocket, as well as anything else we want to add to the pocket. His little heart is popped up just to add a little pizzazz. The back side of that has our cute little penguin friends on their gondola heading up to the top of the ski mountain. There's one penguin on top of the other here, and a portrait style photo mat to put a picture there. This is open so you can add your picture there. And there is a little bit of room to journal if you wanted to right there. On this page, which is 6, oh, no. Oh, this one, 7 1/4. This has a 4x4 cut apart, and this one open so you could put 2 4x4 photos there. And then if you needed more room, you could add a photo to the back of here or journal a little bit on the back of there. Love this page. I just think it came together real well. The back side of that has the cute little houses. So we've got the border strip of the houses. This house is popped up and the heart in the door is popped up. I've got some of the acetate that came with the collection. I know that light's in the way. And then this comes up. So if you were to put a picture in here, it goes right in there. It would show through our little snow, like if we were to put that there. So it would just sort of peek through the snow that's there. So that would be fun if you had a picture of the kids in the snow. And you could put a picture on the back too. So that is the back of that page. Here is our last page, 8 1/4. I should have known. So this is a little bit larger than 4x4, so you can add your picture right there, and if you don't have, if it's a square photo, that's okay too. We've got our cute little snowman fishing. It's got a little bit of vellum, as if that's the pond. We've got a pretty tree here, and there is a bunny just watching, and that says Happy Winter Time. And on the back side of that, after we've had all the fun out in the snow, let's just go back home, drink some hot cocoa maybe. So let's stay home. There's room to put a photo here, or you can just leave it blank if you want to still see our friend the penguin with his little birdie friend. This little sticker is popped up on top of the home just to add a little dimension. And then right back here to the front. So it's pretty easy to make once you've cut out the shape. So let me show you how to make it. All right, to get started, well, first of all, I've done some pre-work. I've already cut out the papers that we need to put it all together. I've added some ATG just to keep it together. You just have to make sure when you're cutting it, you pay attention to the orientation of the paper. For instance, if you wanted to use this on the back side, well, you'd have to cut it basically upside down. So just keep that in mind when you're cutting the paper. For my prototype, I made these 1 inch by 2 inch tabs for the top and put the hole in. Now, if you wanted to, you could just put the holes in here, but then you're sort of losing a little bit of surface that you could use to decorate. And plus, I thought it added a nice decorative touch. I'm going to take my scoreboard, and I've got a piece of 4x5, a little bigger, cardstock, and what I'm going to do is just score it at 1 inch and at 3 inches. And grab my little trimmer. I'll cut that at 2. And this one at 2 because it was a little bigger. And this is exactly 5 inches. I'm putting both of these together. I'll cut them both at the same time. So I'll push this over to 4. And cut, go over to 3, and cut 2, and 1. And that way I get 5 sets of 2, and that'll make our little hanger. Now I made this little template. It just has, I just marked where the center is and put a hole in it so I can make sure I get the hole right on all of these. So I just line it up with the top. Now, it's not critical. I mean, if you don't have them exactly centered, it's not the worst thing in the world. But I'll go ahead and mark these, whoops, and then hole punch the holes on both sides of these. Okay, so now that I've got those all on there, now I need to add some decorative paper, and I want to put it on both sides. So I will go ahead and add some glue, and well, let me just put it here. So we'll do it in sets of 2, and it doesn't matter to me which one has which. All the colors coordinate, so it'll all go together. I need one more set, so I'm going to grab a scrap of paper. So they're not, there are 7/8 by 7/8. Okay, and now I need to punch holes in this, oops, again. Okay, you can skip this step if you want, but I do like to do hole reinforcers. It just adds a nice decorative element. So I cut these out of scraps, which is why I save all of my scraps until the very end, because you never know when you can use all those small pieces, like what I used to cover these. These hole reinforcers I had a die for and cut, which can be very tedious, but it's pretty. And then, like I said, you can skip this step entirely if you want. I'll add these 2. Or you could take hole reinforcers, and you have 2 options with this. You could either leave them white, and that adds a nice touch to it as well, or you could take some ink and color them. So I just took my ink pad and just went across like a whole sheet of, or I cut them in pieces. Gonna move these to the side. Okay, so I haven't yet attached the paper. We'll do that together. Now what I did is I made a little cheat sheet. This measures, what did I say, 5.5? Yeah, and so this is 5.5. I found the center point, and then I further divided that in 2. So, and then in the center of that, So I cut this into 4/4, and then I put up here 2 lines to show me where I want to put my little tabby thing. I don't know, is there a word for it? Probably not. And then I also want to use my surface to make sure it's straight. So I'm going to take this one. I did go through and put the marks on here. I put the marks on here. I'm not going to do that right now, but you could if you wanted to. So I've got just about a little less than 1/4 of an inch showing. I'll add glue to this side. And there we go. Okay, and then I can go ahead and add my paper. That, and like that. So now we're going to start decorating all of these pieces. So I've got it separated into little envelopes to help me decorate it. So the first one. So I made this little shaker. I started with, I was experimenting with some ink. I used purple ink and I actually did stamp it with some turquoise ink inside, but you can't see it, so it's a moot point. I have this acetate, it's got the snowflakes on it, and inside is some Doodlebug snowflakes along with a couple that glimmer. I did rip up 2 pieces of vellum and put it inside to look like a ground, but you can't really see it, so it's a moot point. This was actually just a cut apart. I'm not sure which one it was, but it's similar to this and where there's a frame already. So I added some dimensional adhesive inside, made sure it was all closed up. Actually, this is chipboard. And then made my little shaker frame. So I am going to take, oh, first of all, so here's the Winter Wonderland. Now I added a second sentiment that has blue on the bottom of it, and I cut some chipboard. So we'll add the chipboard to this. So you can tell I cut it a little funky. Now you could use foam adhesive. Will this be too big? No, that's okay. You can use foam adhesive. I don't always like to use foam adhesive. Sometimes I just like to use scrap chipboard I have. And that's what I did in this case. We'll put that there. This might be too big, so I'm going to grab some scissors and cut it down. So now I'll add my glue. Incidentally, I am using the Designer Dries Clear Glue from the Art Glitter Company. I do put it in this little container. I need to fill it up soon. And then I keep that in a small glass jar with a wet paper towel below it. That way I don't have to worry about taking a pin and trying to find the exact right spot to put it in. So there is that. And then I'll go ahead and put this here. Since this is on a wet paper towel, this point, the tip stays wet. You have to make sure you don't keep the paper towel too wet, because if you do, the instant you start to glue, it'll be watery. Okay, now we've got this guy. So he'll go over here. And then we've got the fox. It goes over to the side. And we've got the little bunny rabbit. He's sitting in front of the tree. Now I also would like to add a little bird. There we go. Where's the bird going to go? It's just going to go over a little bit to the left-hand side. Just watching what everyone's doing. So there is the front of the first page. All right, let's see what we got. Let's flip this over. We have a heart that's got some dimensionals, the heartwarming verbiage that's on dimensionals. I've got a couple of enamel dots. I've got some snow, so it could be coming down, but this snow is going to be coming out of our little jet ski. And I have a couple of hearts and a couple of snowmen on a jet ski. So first of all, I've got, I'll give you the measurement. This turquoise frame is about 2 7/8 by 2 5/8, and this piece is 3 1/4 by 3 1/8. So I'm going to simply glue this up to the top, sort of towards the left-hand side. And we'll just glue the frame right on top of that, or this little photo mat. So there's an even border all around. All right, our little jet ski couple. And I'm just going to add glue to the bottom so that way if you add any photos in, it won't get in the way. And we're taking our snow, or our snowflakes, which is really what's coming out of the jet ski because they're going so fast, and we'll put it over to the left. So the hearts are coming from the cute little snowman. I'd say it's a snow dad and snow kid. And then I'll take off the dimensionals, the backing. Oops. And that goes up here. I don't want it, I want it to be at the top, but I don't want you to see it from beneath it. So we have that over there. Take off the backing of these. And this will just go over here. And and you can still add your photo there. I don't think I used this yet. This will be for the next one. So anyhow, so there is the back of the first page. The front of the second page it's like a surprise every time you open this up. So the blue photo mat is 3 7/8 by 4 1/8. The photo mat on top of that is 3 3/4 by about 4. This is going to go over to the right hand side. And then we've got this tag. I'm going to cut off the little corners on the tag and cut the hole. You could add a another hole reinforcer if you want. I'm not going to. I have a piece of seam binding. I'm going to put it on there. I'm not even going to tie it, because what I'm going to do is take this purple elastic. All right, pull the seam binding to the top. Take the purple elastic and tie it around right at the top of the tag. Tying a knot is so fiddly sometimes. There we go. And then I'll tie a little bow. There we go. And I like to add a dot of glue just to make sure that stays where I want it to be. Okay. So this, I'm going to grab some I'm going to grab a piece of chipboard. So I, again, use chipboard sometimes when it comes to popping things up. I'm going to put this over to the side of the tag to leave some of this when it's turned backwards on the left-hand side, just so when you're adding a photo, it won't get in the way. And then I'll just add some glue there and put it here at a little angle, starting at the bottom. All right, and then I've got some snowflakes. I have a big one. Oh, you know what? Before I do anything, I'm going to take a hole punch and punch right in the center. And it's easy for some of these snowflakes to figure out where the center is because it comes to a point. Or you can see where the center is. I've got this bright green brad. Just wanted to get a little bit of color. So he's going to go to the center. And then I'll peel off the backing. And this is going to go right there, right on top of the other one. And then I've got a medium-sized snowflake that'll go down at the bottom here, and a tiny or smaller snowflake, and again they're on dimensionals, and this one will come up to the top. So the dimensional is outside of the frame, so you still can put a photo right up to there. Okay, so there is that. It is snow pretty. So now we're going to do the back side. The envelope, please. Sorry, I had to do that. Okay, so my little frame, my mat is about 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, so this is 4 by 4. At this point, I didn't have that much in the way of the decorative paper that came with the collection, so I reserved it for photo mats and that kind of thing. But isn't it cute? So this gets, whoops, this doesn't go on yet. Come here. So there is this sticker. It's a wavy purple striped border. I'm going to put this about 1 1/4 inches from the top. I'm going to use my surface just to make sure I have it straight. And that's not helping me, so we'll get out the big guns. There we go. Going to add a touch of glue here. And here. Because sometimes stickers don't want to stay. Okay, now we'll put this. It's going to go in the center. Okay, and I've got this snowman. As you can see, I put dimensional adhesive on one side so he can go here, so we still can put our photo in. And the tree, same thing. So that'll go over here. And there is that one. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to put some I was going to put a couple of enamel dots on here. So I'm going to put a big one over here. Medium size here. And a small purple one. Just down over here. There we go. Just to add a little something, something. Okay, so now we can move on to the next page. So this is going to be adorable. Why do I say that? I'll tell you. Alrighty. We have these 3 tags all together. We have this piece from the border strip. Adorable. A bear. Some seam binding, some ribbon, and a tree, and a cut apart. Alright, let's start with this. So I'm going to cut the little triangles off of the tags. And I will cut the holes from the top. Okay, and I've already scored this in between them, so they will be easy to fold. But I'll tell you, make one a little smaller than the others. Or make the ones on the sides a little bit smaller. So it folds into each other like that. Alrighty, I am going to take some seam binding and put it on the center one. And I'm going to tie a little bow. I know there's other ways of tying bows, but that's okay. Okay, so there's that. Put that aside. Take our little adorable tag, and I've got a little piece of blue yarn. I'm going to take that and just put it in here and tie another little bow. Okay, put that aside. All right, let's put a pocket on here. So I'm going to put it down to the bottom, right at where the curve starts. So I'll put glue on the side and on the bottom. And I'm going from one side to the other. And then sort of pinch it at the corners. It'll pop a little in the center, make things a little easier to get in. Alrighty, this guy has a little bit of dimensional adhesive just on the bottom, and he's going to sort of sit on this purple line. This cute little heart has a little bit of dimensional adhesive, and he's going right here onto that bear. Cute, cute, cute. Should I put the tree? Oh, it's still easy to do. The tree behind the bear. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom of it. And there we go. Okay, and then we're going to put that in the pocket and that in the pocket. I'm not going to push it in because the pocket might still be a little bit wet. So there is our snow bear. Oh, no, 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 not done. Because this is adorable. That goes there. Okay, now we're done. All right, let's see what we have. Nice to ski you. A penguin clutch, family, I don't know. What do you call a bunch of penguins sitting in a gondola getting ready to ski? Oh, and another penguin. And a couple of enamel dots. White paper and green paper. The white paper measures 3 inches by 4 3/4. The green paper is 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. So guess what? The white paper is going to go on the green paper. to make sort of a longish photo mat. Now again, if you have like an Instax and that's what you use to take pictures, you could actually put 2 pictures onto here. This is going to go onto the left-hand side of the page. About half an inch over and center top and bottom. Now, we got this guy. Whoops. See, that was a paper towel from my thing. That means it's getting dry. He is going to go to the far left bottom. And try not to put glue over where the white would be. And this guy, he's a troublemaker. He's going to go to the far left. He's sitting on top of our other friend. You know, these guys are like a barrel of monkeys, you know. Now peel off the backing of the dimensional. And this is going to go to the top right-hand side. And we have the nice to skew. I'm going to cut off the fishtail next to the nice. Add a little bit of glue, about half an inch from the side. And that's going to go at the top. So you still can put a photo down. And then I've got these 3 little enamel dots. Take the big one. Medium size will go above to the left, and the tiny one even further up to the right. And so there we go with those guys. So, I love it, love it, love it. All right, we're moving on to number 4. So first of all, I have a piece, it's 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. I could put it in my scoreboard, but I am just going to carefully match up the bottom and the corners and burnish. So we have a folded 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece. Hello, nothing in there. Okay, we have this piece. We have this little piece. And then we have one of the stickers. So let's start with the stickers because that's going to go at the bottom. So it's going to go at the bottom. We'll go to the outside. I'm using my T-square. Okay, it's good. Okay, so you've just got a little bit of the green showing through, and I'm just going to take my scissors and cut off the excess off of that side. All right, then I'm going to take this piece and just glue it right up against the other piece. And then I've got this little 1/8 of an inch piece. I'm just going to put it right over where those 2 pieces meet. It just adds extra pizzazz of color. Okay, so we've got that. Now we've got this guy. Well, first of all, let's glue. Let's glue 'Tis the Skeezin' So there is already a 4x4 cut apart that says, "'Tis the Skeesin." It's going to open up like this. So center it on there, and we're good. Now, I know it already says "'Tis the Skeesin," but I've got this little piece that says "'Tis the Skeesin." I'm going to glue this on top of that one. I am thinking this is a scrap from a 6x6 collection. It doesn't have to be. You could use the 12x12. And then I'm going to cut it out, sort of replicating those fishtails. On both sides. Oops. All right, I need some dimensional. I'm putting 2 pieces on at once. And that's going to go over where it says "'Tis the Skeesin," just because I wanted to have some more dimension to this. All right, now, when I glue it, I'm going to glue on 3 sides. So the top that's folded, that's the top. Don't glue near the folded side on the top. So 3 sides. And then we're going to have it halfway onto the pretty plaid. That'll go on there. I'll open this up. Push at the corners just to make sure it's open here a little bit. Okay, now let's put that aside, let that dry for a second. In the meantime, all right, so I have this piece. I've already folded it. I'm going to take my tab punch. If you don't have a tab punch, you could just do a circle punch or square or just cut it. I'll put it here with the folded side at the top, but not going to be punched. The top part is going to stay folded. So you can see there's a gap between this folded area and the top of the punch. So now we've got this. Now you might have a punch that does this, which would be fabulous. Okay. We've got this having snow much fun. We've got our little tab punch. I'm going to add glue to this, especially at the top and bottom. And this is going to go right here up to that white, just about. Okay, and then I have this little sticker that comes from the sticker sheet, and it just says "cold." And that's going to go right there. And when it's all dry, you can put this in. I'm going to just lightly put it in here, not going down to where the glue is, but that'll stay in there. And that is our "'Tis the Skeesin." All right, now we can work on the blue piece. Let's get our envelope. Oh, so many pieces, but not really. Okay, there's "Snow Place Like Home." Blue mat, 4 1/4. Yep, by 4 1/4 blue mat. A house with dimensionals. A border strip of houses. Some more dimensionals. These 3 triangles from the sticker sheet. Piece of chipboard. Oh, I know why there's... No, okay. And then this Winter Wonderland. Oh, I get to show you this. All right, first of all, let's glue this border down about 1/4 inch from the bottom. It's not going to be a pocket, so you can just glue it down. Okay, let's move this out of the way. I'm going to get cutting that. Oh, I also have this snowflake acetate. Okay. So here is a square. It measures about 3 3/8 by 3 3/8, a little bit less, because we want to cut out, we want to make a frame out of this. So I'm going to take my X-Acto, and I put a little double-sided adhesive on here so it won't move. It's temporary adhesive, so it will come up. Okay, I'm going to push that down. So here I'm going to take my X-Acto, make sure you've got a nice sharp one. I'm going to start right at that corner and stop at this corner. Right at that corner, stop at this. Oops. And then if you've cut it all the way through, you will have a frame. Yay! All right, we're going to take our frame, and I'm going to get 1/8 of an inch double-sided adhesive. I'm going to put it right about in the center of this, and you know, you can go all the way around. I'm just going to push it down at the corners. So I'm stopping here at this corner. Going to continue the next one, but I'll push it down. There's a little bump in it where I'm pushing it down, but it's no big deal. And I'll pull it up there. Let's burnish. Burnish those corners. There's a little bump there, that's okay. Oops. Okay, and then start where you started. And there we go. So I'm going to take my little adhesive piece and try to center it. So this is cut just a smidgen smaller than 4 by 4. So that will fit there. And there we are with that. All right, so now this is why I have the double-sided adhesive. I have one larger piece and 2 smaller pieces. We'll take the larger piece and center it on the bottom, corner to corner, and then these smaller pieces I'm going to start at the top and go down to the bottom. It doesn't matter if they don't meet exactly, because we're not putting anything in here. All right, so now we've got that. So I have my 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch piece. I'm going to peel off the backing. So here's my top. There's no dimensional adhesive there, and do my best to center it. And there we go. All right, so we have this piece, which is 3 3/8 by 4 3/8. So that's a little bit bigger than that. So I'm going to use my tab punch board, and I'm going to punch. So I'm going to start at where it says 4L. Punch, turn it over. I've centered it onto here. I know where that will be. Come here. I'm using all the tools today. All right, so we have that. There we go. going to glue that onto here. And do I have a sticker? Nope. I'm going to take a sticker that says brr and put that right there. Okay, so that can go into our little pocket. We'll put this where it says snow much fun. Oh no, there's snow place like home. And that'll go here just at the top corner. All right, before I add this, so we've got these three triangle stickers. We're going to use those just to add a little something to the corner. Now, luckily I've got polka dots that I can use to help center this. So I'm on the second row polka dots, and I'm just going to put down the bottom one, put down the top one, and then center the middle one. Okay, there we go with that. Now we can put this in place. Don't glue this down. And I've got some dimensionals on the house already. This will go down. This needed to go on the left-hand side. That'll go down like that. And then I've got a little heart sticker with a dimensional. It's going to go in the front door. So there we go. There is our snow place like home. All right. 2 more to go. This will go fast. All right. So I've got, this is sort of like a Polaroid. It's a little longer. I wanted you to be able to fit a big photo on here. This is 4 1/8 by 5 7/8, 3 7/8 by 4 1/2. I'm going to center this at the top. About 1/8 of an inch on the sides. And this is going to go, this will be down about 1 inch from the top. This will be down about 1/2 an inch, I don't know, at an angle. There we go. I have just a little oval out of vellum. And what that's going to be is that's the water that the fish is going to be swimming in. Just going to put a little bit of glue there and then glue this on. Oh, don't put too much glue at the top in case you want to stick something in there. So there's that. Okay, I have another one of these stickers. We're going to do something a little different with this. I'm going to peel off actually peel it all off. And then put it down here. And then just burnish where the colorful sticker is. And peel off the white. There, that's how you get stickers that are all in a row to still be all in a row. Okay, now we have this pretty tree. Just going to glue it at the bottom. And we've got our bunny. He's sitting there watching the Fisher guy, Fisher snowman. So this is glued onto a blue background. I'm going to just cut a fishtail, which is appropriate for this picture. And this is on dimensionals. Yeah, I'm running out of dimensionals, so I'm using these little dots. And this will go up at the top. So I like the color of that and the color of the tree. So happy winter time. Okay, last one. So the reason this has all these colors is because I was running out of paper. Yes, I know, it's crazy. All right, we have that. I mean, love this, but I really love that. We have Let's Stay Home, and we have the sticker. I have white. Okay, so first the trees go down, then the white goes down on top of it. So the trees will be glued up to the top. You're about 1/4 of an inch from the top. Come on. One more. And then I'm done. Running out of glue. Well, I can re-glue it later. So about 1/4 inch from the top, I'm here on the bottom. Okay, then I have glue dripping out of my second glue, my emergency glue. Okay, I'm going to add the white. I'll give you the measurement after I put it down. All right, the decorative paper with the trees is just about 5 by 6. This white cardstock is 4 1/4, by 6 1/4. Then I've got some green, which is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. So like I said, the white's going to go below the other one. This will be centered at the top. There's a little bit of white at the bottom. That's okay. And we've got this sticker, which is going to go centered on here. So you can cover this, put a photo right on top of that if you wanted to. All right, we've got Let's Stay Home. It's going to go down towards the bottom. Centered side to side, but leave the top open so you can add a photo. I have this little sticker that says chili. It's going to go right there up to the green. And then I have this little sticker that I put on a piece of cardstock or decorative paper. I just cut one with a circle punch and put it on because this is a sticker. I don't want it to keep sticking because I added the dimensionals to it. And that's going to go over the O in home. So there we go. That is how we decorate it. Now I'm going to grab our rings and put it all together. Okay, let's put everything together. So obviously put your pages in order. And then I have these rings. They're 1.5 inch rings. I have them in a blue color. I'm not sure where I got them from. I'll try to look for a link and put it in the description box. But I'll open them up and start at the bottom and just feed it through one by one. Not too difficult here. I think the hard part is trying to get the ring to close, and now we'll do the same with the other one. It's an easy way to bind a mini album. Okay, and then I have, it's about 10 inches of some crinkled seam binding, which means when I tie it into a bow, it still will be crinkled, but I will do my best. It just adds a little soft touch to the top of the mini album. And as I said before, you could possibly figure out a way to hang this, just tie a string or something on the two rings and then hang that on a nail or command hook or something on your wall, and it just makes a nice decoration. You can take it down and look at all the cute little photos. It would make a nice gift too if somebody's going to do some winter sports or sledding or skating. Just take some pictures and put them in this and give them those pictures. But that is it. That is how to make this Winter Wonderland hanging mini album. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was fun to do. I enjoyed using So Much Fun. I still have a couple more projects and then I will have smashed that pad. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and now is a great time to go hit that like button. So thank you so much for watching. Have a fabulous day.